if Sheffield Wednesday do lose Danny in the summer, there's already someone we may be looking at to replace him, and he's already at the club. Hello and welcome to this video. You could like, share and subscribe. I'd much appreciate it. Liking out the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live. So, Sheffield Wednesday have got the situation in the summer that we haven't got a clue what's going to happen with Danny. Now, all the talks are just talks in terms of in the media and stuff. There's a lot of stuff about him going to Southampton for a cheaper option because they won't be Premiership. They're also looking at other options as well as Liam Senior. But let's say he does go. Danny goes and we're then trying to look for a new manager. Well, Sheffield Wednesday might go for someone who's already at the club and someone who would be interesting to see what would happen in that sense. Would it mean it would be entire backroom staff and stuff like that? But apparently, according to Alan Nixon, and I know it's Nico, so take it with a big pinch of salt. It's speculation at best. But apparently, the Sheffield Wednesday hierarchy would like to put Danish coach Henrik Pedersen, aka our assistant manager at the minute, the person that replaces him. If he doesn't go with Danny to Southampton. And that's a big act, let's be honest with you. That is a very big act. And he is out of contract in the summer. Now, this would all be depending on what Henrik wants to do. Because you got to remember, when we got Henrik in, he was a manager at the time. He was a manager at the time. He was doing quite well, looking like he was enjoying his time. And I think it's one of those things you look at it and you go, okay, if that's gonna be the play, you might be able to have the situation where you don't lose too much of your a little bit of identity. You don't lose too much of like people just having to work with someone completely new, getting to know new people. Maybe that's something you're able to do. And remember, he is out of contract at the end of this season, as are most of the backroom staff. So it would be a kind of like, well, I'll give you a new contract. You don't have to move. You're now manager again. You can put your stamp on what you want to do. And it would be interesting to see if that would be something he would want to do. Or would he want to go with Danny to Southampton? And it's one of them situations you look at it and you can see both sides of it. You go to Southampton, fresh start, go to be number 2, again with Danny and stuff like that. But what says he goes, I don't want to be a number 2 now. My contract's up in the summer. I could go back to Denmark and go do some jobs in and around Denmark and go from there. What says he goes, you know what? I actually do want to be the manager again. And there's a job here waiting for me. I've been offered it. I can do this job. I've already worked a little bit with the club's hierarchy already, so I know a little bit what I'm looking for and what I have to do and go with that. So there is a part of me that thinks this could be a goer if Danny did leave. And again, it's if Danny leaves, if and when, that kind of thing. For all we know, Southampton go and get Liam Senior and Danny stays and we're okay. Or someone else comes in for Danny. It's that situation you look at and you go, this makes logical sense if you're going to try and keep it so everything's a little bit the same. But I'd be intrigued by this one. I would be intrigued by this one if it happened and how we would do this one, because I genuinely think this one makes more sense. You wouldn't have to do all the situation of having to find a new person, interview them. You could just do it there and then. And it could even be a situation that you look at it, you go, okay, that's decent. Like if you actually look at his managerial stats, he got about a 38 to 36. He got a 33.3 win percentage. which isn't great. Let's be honest. We'll be brutally honest. It's not a great thing, but maybe it's something he'd want to do, and he can try and sort something out and try and get the deal going. He's 47, but he got managerial experience since 2014. He was in his last job as manager from 2021 to 2023 until we approached him. So maybe he has done a bit of the stuff where he's gone from being an assistant to first team. So I'll be intrigued to see. I'll be intrigued to see. And again, it's another one of these things. He got the Red Bull link up. So if he needed to go and do that, he can do. Trying to get players in and trying to use that kind of way of dealing with stuff. But I don't know. I think this one would make more sense if Pedersen was able to be convinced to stay at Wednesday and become the manager. At least then you're not losing too much of what's been going on. He would have to get an assistant himself, and then you would have to try and see if you can keep the backroom staff. Would they want to go and work with Danny there, or would Danny just get a completely new backroom staff at Southampton if he went there? Or would he basically just take everyone who was at Wednesday and Henry has to build his own backroom staff? You don't know, but it could be a case of none of that happens and Danny takes all of them within Southampton, done. And Henry's like, I'll keep being a number two. It's fine. It's all up in the air because we don't got a clue what's happening. But if this happens, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all if this is what you get to see happen. It gives us a little bit of an easier structure in terms of making sure we can get things done. He's already at the club, so you don't have to worry about anyone having to move or stuff like that. It makes a lot of sense if you can make this deal happen. If Danny does go. That's what I'm saying. But let me know in the comment section below. I'll be really intrigued to see what you all think about this one. We're also probably going to do Monday's video, which will probably be filmed later today. We're probably going to do our out of contract players and stuff like that. Who we think going to be, who could go, who do you want to give a contract to? But what we'll do is we'll do my thoughts, and then I think Tuesday night we might do a live stream with you all giving your own opinions on it live and saying who do you want and go from there, because I think that could be a really good stream to do together. And then we just got a busy week getting into the swing of football again. Cardiff away? No, is it Cardiff at home or Cardiff away? If it's Cardiff at home, it's 3 points Cardiff. Cardiff away, so we might get 3 points on that one. You never know. But let's see what happens. Hopefully Sheffield Wednesday can do the business in the league and put us in a good position for starting next. But at the end of the day, we have to see what happens. And I'll say this now, I'm all in the enough is enough campaign kind of thing, but we all have to come together if we're going to do what it needs to be, and the infighting needs to stop.